Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Last time we were here, we were talking about how to run a trace route between your house and the game server to identify where you may be accumulating more than normal ping. And if it's an issue with your ISP, your internet service provider, or if it's an issue with the game server itself on the game company's end or any kind of server's end, whichever server you're trying to connect to. So what we're going to talk about tonight is how to run a tool called WINMTR. Now, WINMTR will identify not only ping, but also packet loss. Now, packet loss is essentially when all the information from your computer doesn't make it all the way to the game server. So as you play a game, the computer will take the information that it needs to send, put it in these little packets, obviously, and send those to the game server. Now, depending on how many packets actually get there, you may have what we call packet loss. So we're going to take a quick visual representation of what packet loss may look like in a game, and then kind of break down how to identify it using that tool called WINMTR. So in this example here, you can see in the top example, the quick brown fox jumped over the dog. Now this is an example of all of the information making it to the game server. So all the letters are there. It's easy to understand what the sentence says. However, if we hop down to the second example, now this is a example of minor packet loss, if you will. So some games that I've worked on in the past have actually been constructed to accept up to 20 to 25% packet loss, meaning that even with 25% of the information missing, the game itself still pretty much knows what to do and can handle on its own. However, the bottom example is an example of significant packet loss. Now, when this happens, you go to read the sentence and you're like, I don't know what that says. Same thing for the game server. It's not really sure what your computer's trying to tell it, nor does it know what to do with the information sent. And even though your ping may be low because the packets got to the game server in a timely fashion, it doesn't know what to do because all the information isn't there. So in that case, what you want to do is if you're playing a game, even though your ping is low and you're getting some oddities, you're going to want to run a tool called WinMTR. So now to do so, just open up your favorite browser, whatever that may be, and you're just going to go WinMTR. Now for WinMTR, it's going to bring up a website. You can click on download, and then 32 or 64-bit. I'm guessing the majority of you guys out there are on 64-bit OSs at this point. And then from there, you can go to your downloads, WinMTR, 64, and run the program. Now, just like in the trace route video, you're going to type in the same address and you're going to click on start. So the address for H1Z1 is ping.abe.h1z1.com. So now this is going to establish a connection between myself and the game server, and we're going to identify exactly what's going on and where maybe packet loss is happening. It'll also tell us our ping. In terms of a few stages, the best ping we've had, our average, our worst, and our last and most recent ping. So you're going to want to run this tool for about 10 to 15 minutes. And the reason for that is to send a significant amount of packets back and forth to the server to get yourself the best average possible. Now, sometimes, especially on initialization of this program, it may lose some packets right up front. So you may look at it, you're like, oh man, I'm losing like 20% or 10% or whatever it may be. That's terrible. But you'll realize that that was only when the program went to initialize, and after time, it kind of comes down, it goes back into some kind of, normal acceptable level, which is anywhere between like 1, maybe 2%. So this thing will show you a few different things. So just like the trace route, it's going to show you the different hops that it makes. It's going to number those hops for you. So you know I have apparently 9 hops to the game server. And then it's going to show you your packet loss. So here I've got 2% packet loss, and the longer this goes, the lower this is probably going to go, because I can see here that my sent number of packets is 1 below my received number of packets. So when this thing started, it missed a single packet, and that's why I have a difference here of 2%, because it hasn't gotten high enough to bring it down to 1%. However, that being said, here, somewhere in the Dallas region, I'm losing 30% of my packets. So that's terrible. That's really bad. So somewhere along my route, through my VPN, again, as a just kind of a self-precautionary thing, guys, anytime you do this, guys, on stream, or if you post a video to YouTube, make sure you use a VPN in order to block your IP just to protect yourselves. Pro tip. So that being said, this VPN is obviously not very good, because I've got significant packet loss here at the Dallas hop, where I'm losing 33-35% over a decent amount of packets. I'm not really sure what's going on here, and if this wasn't a VPN but it was my ISP, I would be on the phone with those guys and be like, hey, I've got a problem at this hop. Is there anything you guys can do to help me out? Now, that's the percent loss. You have your, like I said before, you have your sent packets, you have your received packets, and these last 4 columns are dedicated to your ping. So you've got your best ping, your average ping for that hop, your worst ping, and your last ping, your most recent one. So you can see here, right? Like sometimes you guys will be playing H1 and you may get killed by a player who's got a ping of higher than what you would kind of consider normal. Well, that may not be his normal ping. That could very well be a ping spike. So you can see here that even with like hop number 1, well, my best ping was 77 and my average is 83. It's been all the way up to 139 ping. That could be the instance where maybe I killed you and you're like, what's going on? Why does this guy have such a high ping? Why is he on my server? Even though my last ping has come back down. This can be an example of a ping spike, which can happen from increased network traffic or possibly a bad hop, or maybe your neighbor started downloading something and you're using a shared connection because that's how kind of your ISP works. A multitude of things can kind of contribute to that issue. But for the sake of this video, the most important thing is the packet loss that we were talking about earlier. So, as I mentioned, this is all the way down to 1% because we're only missing one packet, which was when it initialized. However, this is still at 48%. So if I were to try to play H1Z1 on this connection, I guarantee you I would have problems because almost half the data I'm trying to send is getting lost at this one hop. So that is what packet loss is, and that's how you guys can go about detecting it. Hopefully you guys found this video informative. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful evening. Please let me know if there's anything else you guys want me to dive into. Always happy to help, see if I can't provide some more info and some more clarity and more transparency. And if you guys want to catch me live, as it says there on the screen, please catch me at twitch.tv/Carto. I stream probably about 6 nights a week and play a multitude of different things. Anyway, guys, hope you guys are having a wonderful day or evening or night or whatever it may be, wherever you're at. Take care of each other, my dudes. We're all we got. And until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Take care.